Jesus Christ, save us. Well, often we ask, who was Jesus Christ? Or, who is Jesus Christ? Who is God? Why do Muslims have a different God than the Christians? Why do the Hindus have a different God than the Is there any other religions? You can think of a few. Anyhow, I had a dream just before I woke up to the sounds of jackhammers on my wall. And I was trying to explain to my mother the simplicity of the whole charade. And it is a charade, it's a little play that we've made to amuse ourselves, but possibly also to remind ourselves that we should be careful not to take our game, our theater, too far. And oddly enough, when you say Jesus Christ in German, you might want to stop and think, Christ? Jesus Christ where? Because Christ means circle. I mean, we'd have to say it a little bit differently, but because I'm a foreigner, I would say it falsely, and then I would understand a little bit more things that you wouldn't think about. I mean, a lot of people think that people with ADS are behindered or retarded or disadvantaged. I don't think so. I think they have a different perspective. And I don't know if it would be the same with someone who was a mongoloid, but perhaps as well. We can learn from people who say things differently. Anyway, this is not the direction I'm trying to go. The direction I'm trying to go is, what was Jesus Christ? And perhaps, what is Jesus Christ? That was just my didgeridoo. Anyway, Jesus Christ is rewritten from the stories that came out of Egypt. In Egypt, mostly they were to do with Ra? Oh yeah, the Ra guy. Sun. The sun god, Horus, or whatever his name was. And Jesus comes from that. And when it comes down to it, Jesus never dies, well, at least not in the next 15 billion years, because Jesus is a personification of the morning star, the light coming down from the heavens through the clouds. He is the Son of Man, and the Son of Woman, and the Son of all the plants. It is the Son. And that is what it is. I'm not sure why we've taken it so far to make it into a fiction and forget that the Son is the master of life. Without this, I mean, there was an experiment a long time ago about somebody tried to put humans into darkness and change their rhythm from 24-hour days. I mean, 24 is just a unit of cutting it up. You could have 36-hour days, or you could call them something besides hours. They could be 6 sequence days, which I think I would like. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, in the middle of the night, just before dawn, that sort of thing. And we don't have to be so worried about units of time, seconds. Seconds don't mean anything. Seconds are completely irrelevant. And I'm getting off topic, and I want to get right back to the sun in a second. Anyway, everything goes around in circles. So when people talk about Jesus Christ, they should have figured out, okay, it's something going around a circle, because we're all going around a circle. If you ever listen to what I'm talking about more than a few times, you'll see I'm going around in circles. But that's all right, because you pick something up each time you go around a circle. And with the sun, of course, it doesn't really circle around the earth like we think it does, but from our perspective, it does. So from our ancestors' perspectives, the sun circled the planet Earth. And what in reality is, the earth is spinning around, and every day we get light and dark, light and dark, light and dark. And of course, darkness for human beings and many other animals is bordering on being a fairly frightening thing, because there are creatures of the night that would like to eat sleeping creatures of the day. And so a lot of everything that's in us, like this, our system of waking up in the morning and going to bed at night. Of course, now that we live in a society with artificial light, we can stay up later and get up later, and usually doesn't affect us too much, except it messes up your head a little bit. But the whole system of light and dark, this duality thing, is so deep within us because it's part of our evolution. We have survived with light. There are creatures who live deep in the ocean that don't need light, but we do. We have to have light. And Jesus Christ is a personification of our need to have the light of the Son of Man and woman in the rest of life. And I've gone around in a few circles a couple times, so we're going to go right on now to a little didgeridoo. And remember, don't ask who Jesus Christ was, because Jesus Christ is in what? And it is the Son. You don't need to worship the Son, because the Son doesn't notice you worship Him. The Sunday is actually the Christian cult is a sun cult. Most Christians don't know it and would be offended if you told them it was a sun cult. But it is a sun cult. And Judaism tends to be a Saturn cult. And that's where the word Saturday comes from. We don't have to divide days up into 7 days for a week either. I mean, that's random. We could have divided things up into the moon, the 28-day cycle of the moon, and the 364.25-day cycle of the planet around the sun. All these things that we're doing are distracting. Okay, all you have to do is look up on the sky on a sunny day and you will see the sun. And it is the morning star. It is a star that shines out brighter than all the other stars because it is very close to us. And it is everything to do with our life. So the first of everything is the sun. And after that comes the life forms on the planet Earth. And we've got to figure out our part in it. And we've got to figure it out fast, because we are taking away all the resources that the sun has hasn't been trying to be put here, but life has been here now for about 4 billion years, and the sun and the earth have combined their talents, if you wish to call it something personified, to create a wealth of natural resources like trees that filter out carbon dioxide and give us oxygen in return. What a bonus. And oil, well, I think oil could be used as a emergency resource, but we're using it for driving around big fat cars on big fat highways. That's fucking retarded. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to finish it up for today. And remember whatever you want to remember, and forget everything else. And have a good time, and stop worrying about shit, and get busy and do shit. Does that make any sense? We're going to go to the ditch. See ya.